My name is Andrew Margenot. I'm an assistant professor of soil science. So at the U of I lead a lab team that works on all things having to do with soils and cropping systems of Illinois. My group has gotten a ISA grant to look at and establish benchmarks of water quality, soil health, and climate smart outcomes of Illinois soybean. So by benchmark, we simply mean what are the basic parameters across soil health practices. We're looking at specifically with or without cover crops and across tillage types. What are the basic numbers when it comes to leaching of nutrients, the yields, of course, soil health outcomes, and then climate change impacts. And specifically, we have carbon credits in our crosshairs because, as you all probably know, there's a lot of interest in carbon crediting. Right now, we don't have numbers that are integrated assessments. By this, I mean we have single studies that look at just water quality, maybe just yield, but all of these together, we believe are necessary to understand holistically how well soybeans are doing when it comes to all these outcomes. Our goal of this is to come up with numbers that help ISA determine for specific regions and cropping systems and practices of Illinois, what's the best bet if you want to focus on soil health versus water quality versus carbon credits. This work is going to be at 3 locations across the state. We intentionally sought to have 3 sites that run roughly south to north. In reality, it's maybe more south to northwest. So one site is at the Ewing Research and Demonstration Center in Franklin County. That's on timber soils or alpha soils, so we get different soil climate types. Our central site is right here on campus at the U of I. And then our third site is in the northwest at Monmouth Research Station. And so the 2 sites that I just mentioned, Urbana and Monmouth, are the flatter and more fertile mollisols and a little bit colder climates. There's a few benefits that we anticipate for the soybean farmer in Illinois from this project. One is providing data on what outcomes are when it comes to soil health. There's a lot of soil health indicators being offered now by commercial labs, for example, the Haney test. And we get a lot of questions, at least from farmers, on is it worth my money to track that soil health indicator? So that's one outcome, because at these 3 different sites, under corn soybean and also double crop wheat soybean corn systems, we anticipate figuring out, we think, soil-specific, region-specific outcomes. So is it worth, in fact, investing your X or Y test? We plan to assess all of the NRCS certified indicators. There's over 12.5 of those. So that will be, I think, just valuable data. The second thing that we anticipate providing for the soybean farmer in Illinois is carbon credit data. So how much can you move the needle in terms of carbon credits, both via soil carbon stocks and greenhouse gas emissions being reduced? Especially with the talk of credit programs and markets coming, we feel that that's good information for someone to know. Is it better to do X or Y practice apart from its agronomic trade-offs if there's an additional financial benefit for any potential carbon credit programs?